Hi, it's Misha from Xune Solutions, and Zig Ziglar once said, if you aim at nothing, you will hit it every single time. So the flip side of that, if you know where you're going and you've got smart growth calls to get there, then you're going to be much better off in terms of driving your business forward. And with that in mind, we've got a smart growth goal calculator. It's a free download. You can get it on our ultimate guide to growth goals to increase business revenue from the website. But I just wanted to create this video and just show you how it works. So basically, to get straight into it, website visitors per month, go ahead and pop in what your current average monthly website visitors is. So in this instance, let's put in 7,500. You can then go ahead and target what you want that to grow. So in terms of, as an example, let's take one of the clients that we have here at Xune Solutions, and they want an extra 12,500 a month. So you can see what that change will be. In this instance, that's an extra 5,000 visitors a month. And you can also see what the multiplier is. So 12,500 is 1.7 times their current website traffic. So you can go ahead and you can really use a multiplier to make sense of whether your goals are realistic or not. If, let's say, we want to target 125,000 website visitors a month, you've got a 16.7 times multiplier there. In terms of maybe a long-term goal, potentially, but in terms of something a little bit smarter, and reduce that down to go for 12,500. And then in the next column, depending on your business model. So in the examples that we got here, we've got B2B leads a month. So in this instance, it could be business suppliers, which typically order on a regular cadence with higher average order values. If you straight up e-commerce, it could be add to cart. And if you sell into consumers in terms of leads, then you can also choose B2C leads. And if you've got a mixture of both, then feel free to go through the calculator once and then change those up a little bit in order to, also target the different parts of your business. And in terms of, we're going to keep this e-commerce for now. Let's go add to cart. So in the section below it, close deals a month, we can change that to website sales as well. And in this instance, so the client's only getting 250 adds to carts per month, and it's only pulling through 125 of the people who add to cart are actually going ahead and completing the purchase. That's a 50% dropout. And obviously, I'm keeping the maths very simple in this instance, but definitely use your content management system, your CMS, to pull out your actual statistics, or use something like Google Analytics. If it's set up correctly, you can get a whole wealth of information from there. And if you would like any assistance in doing that, then please do reach out. So again, go ahead and pop in your target. So in the add to cart per month, Rob wants to increase this to 450. So you're getting a 1.8 times multiplier. And then really supercharging that conversion funnel, looking after the drop-offs, making sure that people who actually decide to add to cart are actually completing that. Now, in this instance, to target add to cart with purchase of 78%, with a lot of our clients are actually seeing in the 90s. So definitely, but whatever, obviously you need to start from where you are and build upon that. So whatever your current performance is, target something that's higher. Obviously you will need a content marketing strategy in place in order to stimulate those adds to cart, and you'll need a properly optimized checkout in order to make sure that they complete the purchase, but definitely put in numbers which make sense to you. Now, in the bottom part here, this in my case is where the magic happens. It's absolute dynamite. So pop in how much on average your customer spends. Obviously, this will vary depending on your business model, depending on the cost of your products, even depending on how good you are at the cross-sell, upsell. You can obviously pop in the average order. In this case, we're going to put in £100. So £100. The next column below, how many times in a lifetime does your customer buy from you? So in the example which we're using, it's actually 12 times. So it's once every couple of months. And generally, if this company gets a customer, then they tend to stick around on average for about 2 years. So you get 12 times that a customer buys in a lifetime. Now, this calculator is absolutely fantastic in the way that it does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So the actual value to a business of acquiring a new customer in this instance is 1,200 rather than that one-time purchase of 100, which I think a lot of businesses maybe make the mistake of optimizing for that, when lifetime customer value is really, in terms of digital marketing, it's like the be all and end all really in terms of budgeting for future growth. Now, with the targets we set above, that's 225 new customers per month, and 225 new customers a month, each adding in 1,200 estimated value into the business. That's 2,700, so 270,000 rather, customer lifetime value created per month just by bringing in those new customers. Now, obviously, this is B2C. If you also have like business, like B2B, like use cases, feel free to use this calculator for that as well. So obviously in the ads to cart, potentially, there's the B2B lead. We change that there and change this to closed deals per month. And in this example, the website gets 4 B2B leads. And in terms of currently closed deals a month, average is about an extra 1 closed deal. Sometimes none, sometimes 1, sometimes a little bit more, but on average about 1. Now, in terms of how we want to supercharge this going forward, we really want to be targeting an extra 25 B2B leads a month and then closing at least 5 of those. So then, obviously, in terms of how much your customer spends per purchase, obviously it's B2B, it could be significantly higher. So in this instance, put 1,250. And then in this example, the business sticks around for a little bit longer. Generally sticks around and purchases 36 times. And again, you can use historical stats in order to figure this out. If you haven't already, I would definitely recommend it. But in this instance, bringing on those extra 4 customers a month, each one of those is going to bring in an extra 45,000 of essentially revenue into the business. So your customer lifetime value created per month in this instance is 180,000. And obviously, if you've got 2 different sides of your business, you can essentially do this twice and add those figures together to get like a whole, I think in this instance, what we're like just under 500,000 of created revenue into the business by hitting these goals. So in the last 2 sections here, this is where you'd really decide how much of that growth goal revenue you're going to actually allocate in order to achieve that. And so again, the calculator does a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of the maths. You can go ahead and change that. So at the moment, it's recommending 15%. If you are purely online, so online only, you might want to move that more into the 30% mark. If you're, I guess, more traditional and you haven't really jumped on the the digital marketing bandwagon. Well, first things first, like where you've been, but potentially, that could look a little bit lower. But really, as a percentage of the spend in order to reach that, it really is between the 10% and the 30% mark. Again, depending on your business model, but it really just put in figures which make sense to yourself. So in this instance, put in 15,000. So to reach this goal, this particular goal, bringing an extra £180,000 of lifetime value per month, we're looking at additional marketing spend of £27,000 a month. So there we go. I hope you really enjoyed it. Any questions, do feel free to reach out. It's a free download on the website. And basically, when you're in there, you can click on this to contact us directly. And our email is there, hello@xune.solutions. We would absolutely love to hear from you, even if it's just, to have a chat about digital marketing, growth goals. We're really, really passionate about it, and it's something we'd absolutely love to discuss with you. Anyway, take care of yourself. Bye.